diamond was going for $100 a gram. And he would have jars full of this shit. I ain't knowing how he getting. I just was smoking it. You get what I'm saying? So, and he like, yeah, you can't. I say, but you ain't let me in on it. He come. I said, yeah, it's bags and bags and bags of trim and stuff in that shit you been making. That's why all the machines back there for. He kind of like, nah, I don't want to invest and all that shit. So I end up, just sending the Crips at them, buy them store, everything, all the trees, the plants, everything. So I told them, I don't want no weed, just give me all the jars of oil. Nobody did know the jars of oil. I was making $100,000 off these jars of oil. They had the weed. I wanted the oil, cause the oil I was making my own vape. Not long I was making my own vape with the THC oil and all that. The moon rocks, I was making my own moon rocks. Then when I created the ratchet rocks. So, but anyway, so once he kind of got word, where he had word, he didn't know who did it, but he knew. Now at one of the time, I know this nigga did it. Mm-hmm. But also I didn't know my cousin posted a picture on the internet. She took a picture. She posted a picture on the internet. In the internet, he got one of his boxes that the shit was in. And that's how he put it together. So he tried to set me up with the people, but I paid attention to everything. But when they come and get me, I had warrant in Arizona. They didn't catch me with nothing. I rolled down the way. How that shit happened, that's a long story. I don't get it now. But I had a warrant in Arizona, went to Arizona, back for that warrant. And when I got out of jail, like I was like, man, I got to do something. Cause through that situation, they ran up in my house while I was in jail. That when my cousin and my girl went to jail, and I had my grow plants and all that. So they charged them with child endangerment. See, I was running a honey lab, which is a wax lab, cause I had everything. I was making wax, everything. I had butane, shit, I was doing it. So they got the charges, which it wasn't nothing. See, but it was the child endangerment, so they took the kid. Now I ain't had no kids by this woman, but now I played a role in this woman, kid getting took. And that was the most, like that shit was, it was like, I ain't never felt so low. Like, even though that woman didn't listen when I told her to destroy everything, and she didn't listen, but when they took her kids, it was like, it's because then she was in jail, so I burned her out from while in jail. Then when she go to court, they take her back to jail. Cause the judge didn't have to, oh man, so it was all that. That's when, like, I couldn't do, they wouldn't let me burn out. So we had to find somebody to put some property up. They would never have me do nothing. So I basically really had to try to sign the house over to her brother. But what say that her brother ended up having a credit card. So they were like, yeah, he can use the credit card as long as he can show proof, cause they wanted to show, cause they were talking about all the plans, how much money, there was drug money, and there was a lot of shit that happened. Yeah, and so they like, nah, you can't do nothing. Yeah, so it was there and had like, nigga, the house was empty. I had to go visit my girl. And no, she ain't real for no jail. Just to listen to her here. But I made, she was good, and we had to do whatever we had to do to get the kids back. And one of the ladies that got the kids, right to this day, we family with her. My daughter go to that lady daycare and everything. One of the ladies got the kids. But yeah, that was like a tough moment. And I got my girl out.
So the lady still got the kids?
Oh no, we had got the kids. We did everything we had to do to get the kids back. Oh hell no. No, we did everything we had to do to get her kids back. Yeah, we did everything. Cold turkey. Look, I can't do this here. We ain't gonna do this here. You know what I'm saying? I was still trying to do what I do, but we ain't gonna do it at home. And so, but in that moment, I'm trying to figure out if I can't do this, then what I'm gonna do on the West Coast. This with all I've been doing on the West Coast. Like, I'll be honest, this all the shit I have been doing on the West Coast. So like, I got to figure this out. So one day, I see they having a weed festival thing. I'm like, I'm finna go there. I put my shirt on. I put a shirt on. They're gonna make me stand out at the weed festival. And my girl said, well, you ain't bring no money in. So you just go. I know you want to. But when I go, I don't know this finna be a weed business convention. So go when they telling me where to go. I'm seeing all these people in suit and ties. But I don't see no black people, right? Mm-hmm. So the black people that I end up seeing were two old black women. Then they seem like they were telling me wait in line, get our credentials. They say, ooh, baby, we glad to see you. Yeah, we trying to get in this weed business and they making it hard for black folk and stuff. I'm like, okay, yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm not even thinking about black people getting in the industry or no shit like that. So I go and I get my credentials. It was this lady, what's her name? Truzen something. She was running for president at this time. She ain't waiting that month, but she was running for president at the time. She was talking about marijuana legalization. I'm seeing the business. And I get to looking in this room. I know there ain't no black people. All together were 4 black people. Well, 5, and one of them was a rapper, but he was just over there. He wasn't in it at the thing, but it was me, one of the dudes that was cool, the white lady, the black guy, and the 2 old black ladies. And I'm like, damn. So when we go on the other side, after everybody was talking with the businesses and all that, these people flocking to me. I got this cowboy hat on. What you do? Are you in the weed? And I'm like, nah, I'm just trying to, so you don't do no branding, no promoting? And so I stopped by the dude, when the first time I ever seen the Grove tent, and I get to asking about that, and I'm like, man, I could promote this, So I get to talking to him about growing. Cause you got caught up about growing and stuff. I had everything we talking about. Like, oh yeah, you can promote this, take my card. Mm-hmm. So as I'm on my way out, I'm grabbing stuff, and as I'm on my way out, I'm gonna stop. You wanna get ready to be associated with them? I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And so I had to get the walk and she told me, you sure have to be convicted cannabis? You better get a cannabis license. I said, well, just a license, right? Like, no license to sell. I said, for real? Like, yeah, have you ever been there? Like, yeah, I've been convicted, arrested, and everything like that. It's like, sit down, I want to fill out the application. I filled out the application, you heard me? So I say, he was the top, so I'm kind of telling my story. She like, you want to get on camera? I said, yeah. So I get on camera, fill out the application. Next thing I know, these people call me, can we come and sit down and meet with you? I like, yeah. I'm glad they be and I sit down and talking to them. Well, we acting for association for black folk and minorities in the cannabis industry. I love your passion. Would you like to be a part of it? I like, yeah. But we gonna be in contact with you. So now we have this meeting. All these people get together. And it was like everybody flocking to me. So I started going to city council meetings and a lot of stuff, speaking about this. They want me on video and all this. So then, man, it was like, I got a piece of a documentary that called Dark Flower that was highlighting some of that. That's how I got in with Stizzy. I went for a practice interview for a pitch that I was gonna do to other companies who wanted to buy my license. And it was Stizzy just supposed to train and practice others to talk about it. When I went in there and talked about it, Stizzy offered me the contract. Like, nah, you get what I'm saying? So if people start kind of competing, but that started making me get in the legal business, but I still wasn't understanding everything. Like how the cannabis industry, it ain't set up for us, it's robbing us. Even when we fought for social equity, for black minorities and people grew up low income to get cannabis license to help even the playing field. But what most of them don't have is what? Money. So now we got to let you partner with a company, but the company will getting what? Predatory contract. See, this all the stuff I had to fight against. See, these are things these niggas don't know. This all the stuff I ain't just started doing this. I've been fighting, but I didn't ask to get it. That what really transitioned me into politics. Then I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know cannabis was gonna do that yet.
Happened on you.
On you, yeah. And I'm like, the fuck no. Like I brought Freeway Rick into it. Watch him. You get what I'm saying? It was a lot of stuff I done watched and witnessed. Helping nonprofit, getting funded. You don't know nothing about no members or none of that. They eating and one of your partners say you ain't getting nothing. So I'm watching it, but guess what I did? I stayed down. Cause guess what? And I'm in a good space. I didn't ask to be here. I'm still winning. At my lowest, I was still winning. At my lowest, I was doing better than a nigga that balled in the street. That's how I looked at it. Yeah. At my lowest. Mm. They don't know I feed the homeless every Tuesday. They don't know these things. But all that came from cannabis. I was seeing how the cannabis nonprofit was really based on the dispensary, but it's a school, workforce development, teaching people how to what? Package, sell, trim cannabis. But really you was doing business for them. But that's how I started getting into politics and stuff, and I seen how it worked. So I learned about the farm bill, hemp and CBD. So I say, well, I'm finna go to places that ain't legal yet. That's how I ended up in Virginia, because everything I'm learning through politics and everything, I'm finna go try it somewhere where I'm looking for a majority black population but small city. So I went to Hampton, Newport News, because I had family out there. And which people don't know about the farm bill, and they had the loophole. Along it was hemp-derived THC, you can legally sell THC. They had 0.3%, but they had, you can tell Delta 9, Delta 8. Niggas hear Delta 9 think that's fake weed. No, Delta 9 is weed. That's what they test for in weed, Delta 9. THC 8. All this legal through the farm bill loophole. That's why I was able to go to Virginia and do what? Have a wide open dispensary with the weed thing on the door. Yes, it's tested has hemp and CBD. But it's THCA, which is weed. Once you heat it up, THCA becomes what? 99% to probably 75% THC. So I was able to do everything. So I went to all these small towns and boom, open up. Once I build everything up, like I told y'all, best of the ones to build, I'm gonna get out the way. I will build them up and put who in charge? Females. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I carry myself in front. These people don't really know me. Like I can really run circles around these niggas with this shit. Like when people talk about weed, you know, I don't really have weed conversation with people. Because these niggas don't know what they talking about when it comes to cannabis, when it comes to marijuana. They don't know nothing they talking about. That's why I don't have conversations with them. Well, it's loud, that's mid, that's exotic. I be like, these motherfuckers, yeah. You niggas overpaying for runts. You niggas bubble. Now they overcharging you niggas because you want bubble. You know how old Bubba is to us? You get what I'm saying? He was smoking Bubba 20 years ago. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, the cannabis, man, that shit changed my life. Cannabis taught me the power of black women. It allowed me to, cause with the cannabis plant, all you grow is the female plant. You don't want a male plant around. So I started learning if you put the woman in the right environment, nurture her, feed her, grow, she gonna produce. She the strongest, you know, she gonna take care of you, she gonna thrive. So it just, cannabis, I ain't gonna lie, that shit saved my life and changed my life.